minus x goes to the other side. These two comes to left hand side, correct? Look at your options and let's see. 55% of this number, 50% plus 5%, 50%, 5%, total 143, ends with minus 19 comes to left hand side, ends with plus 9. 54 comes to this side and it becomes minus 54, last digit 2 minus 4, how many? These two numbers goes to right hand side, matladali. Now division symbol that goes to right hand side and becomes multiplication. 0 and decimal I'll cancel, so I'll write numerator 34 into 96 divided by 24. How many times? Answer ends with how many? This number goes to right hand side and that number will comes to left hand side. Yes? To eliminate this decimal we need 2, right? If you have 0, yes, 0 can be cancelled and decimal can be cancelled. But 3.5, if you multiply it with 2, it becomes integer, right? So take this number as 2 times of 12. 12 as it is. 2 multiplied by 3.5, 7, right hand side number comes to left hand side, 25. And this entire number is equal to 767 divided by x only. Come on. Then x value is equal to 767 divided by this number. This number ends with 4. 4 minus 5 ends with 9. 9 into which number ends with 7? How many? Done. Yes. Number after decimal 0.84, 0.26. మాట్లాడరా 0.10. To that you need to add something else and it should become integer. What must be added to 0.1 to make it integer? Point how many? Squaring on both sides. Right hand side what is there? Ends with 6. 18 divided by 2. 9 plus x by 9, correct? And you know right hand side number is ending with 6. That means this x must end with 7 only. Come on. 9 into which number ends with 7? How many? How many? One zero is there already. Matladali. 6 minus 6. That means 2 zeros we have. 38 minus 24 is equal to x into 35. Then x is equal to divided by 35. 4 times and then a 0. Right. Next. 4 goes to the other side. Yenta. 300, 500, 800 get cancel. Extra value 64, 14. 3 plus 4 plus 2. 1 by 6, 5 by 6. So far sum. Left over. Answer. Minus x goes to the other side. 60% of 250. 10% into 6. 10%. 6 times. 150. 75 comes to left hand side. 150 minus 75. Squaring on both sides. Otherwise, under root of this fellow. What is 40 square? 1600, and that is little bit more than that. So you know that that will be in 40s only. Which square ends with 4? Either 2 or 8. So that may be either 42 or 48. 48 is close to 50, right? 50 square is 2500. But our number is close to 1600 or 2500. So it cannot be 48. It has to be 42 only. Take that fellow to right hand side and divide it by 42. 21. 5 times. 21. 2 times. 5 by 2. Four plus 5. Already we have 9. When you observe fractions, what is highest denominator? So let's make the first denominator also 8. So we actually have 1 by 2 that can be treated as 4 by 8 plus 1 by 8, 5 by 8. So total 9, 5 by 8. Mixed fraction convert into improper. 8, 9, 72 plus 5, 77 by 8 into answer. Right? Matladru. In numerator, how many numbers will be there? 2. Denominator, numerator numbers are 177 and 11 only. Product ends with denominator. 3 into which number ends with 7? How many? Yes. Even if multiple options are there, into 11 is there. So that not only ends with 9, that also should be a multiple of 11. Right. 681 goes to the other side, right? That becomes minus 681. Correct. 1 and 1 gets cancelled. How much is last digit? For 0, right? Forget about 0. 6 minus 8. That means your right hand side number ends with 80 and which is equal to x into 40. Then x is equal to divided by 40. 0, 0 gets cancelled. 4 into which number ends with 8? Either 2. Answer must end with 2 or 7 only. How many? Okay, we have to calculate this. 6 times? No. 5 times? And then 8 times. 5 times of 58. 10 times and half of that number? 10 times 580. Half. 290 minus 8. 3 times. Wait a minute. 8 3 times. 8 30 times? Right away I will stop the class and then go. ఇంతకు మించి ఇప్పటికీ 14 క్వశ్చన్స్ అయినాయి. ఇంకా నా పేషెన్స్ టెస్ట్ చేయొద్దు. మాట్లాడటానికి నేనేమి 888 మల్టిప్లైడ్ బై 789 అడగల. 8 into 3 అడిగా. దాని పక్కన 0 పెట్టమన్నా. దాన్ని చెప్పటానికి కూడా గడ్డం కింద చేతులు పెట్టుకొని అట్లా చూస్తూ ఉంటే యాక్సెప్ట్ చేయటానికి నేనైతే మిగిలిన టీచర్ లాగా కాదు. ఏదర్ మీరన్నా వెళ్ళాలి బయటికి, లేదా నేనన్నా వెళ్ళాలి. ఈ రెండిట్లో ఒకటే ఆప్షన్. ఇప్పటికే 4-5 టైమ్స్ చెప్పా ఇదే క్లాస్లో. 14 క్వశ్చన్స్ ఆర్ ఆల్రెడీ ఓవర్. ట్రై టు చేంజ్ యువర్ సెల్ఫ్, అదర్వైజ్ ఐ విల్ లీవ్ ద క్లాస్. సంబడి ఎల్స్ విల్ కమ్ అండ్ టేకప్ ద క్లాస్. నేను వెళ్ళిపోతాను మిమ్మల్ని గాలికి వదిలేస్తామని అయితే చెప్పట్లా. వెళ్ళిపోయి ఇంకొకరు ఎవరో ఒకరు వస్తారు. See, I can direct cancel it with 8 2 times and then 8 9 times, but I am not telling you this. I am telling you some other way. 8 3 times 24, 8 30 times 240, and this is 8 less than 240. 1 time less than 30 times must be 29 times. That's what I was trying to tell you. Answer must end with 1 and there is only 1. Yes. 40 plus total 60 is equal to root x, right? Then x is equal to 64 square ends with how many are there? 64 square is very close to 65 square and should be less than that. What is 65 square? 6 into 7, 42, 25. Answer must be less than 60 to 25 and then it should be close to that number only. Answer must be less than 40 to 25. Antena 6 into 7, 4. ఒక్క నిమిషం ఆగండి, ఆన్సర్ చెప్తున్నారా? ఓకే, దెన్ ఫైన్. Is it done? మనది కాదు, రైట్. Okay, you want me to explain this? Sure, everybody. Come on, 66 onwards. A is 5 years older than B. When is the age difference is 5 years? Anytime age difference between two members must be same. 10 years hence, the respective ratio of ages of A and B would be 8:7. Even after 10 years also, difference must be 5 years only. In terms of parts, one part which is equal to 5. A's age 40. When will be this? After 10 years. What is the respective ratio of current ages of A and B? B's age 35, right? Current ages in the sense 30, 25. And we were asked to calculate ratio 6:5. A can complete a piece of work in 63 days. He started working and after 21 days. B replaced him. If B could finish the remaining work in 18 days, how many days will B alone take to complete the whole work? Whole work in the sense total work, which is one work, 100% work, one work, total work, all are same, right? A can complete total work in how many days? He worked for how many days? That means he completed what fractional part of the work? 1/3. What is remaining? Who completed that? So that means 2/3 of work is done by B in how many days? Total work in the sense 2 gets cancelled for 9 times, 1 work in the sense 27 only. Yes. 60% of 80 is equal to in the sense, can I identify this as equal symbol? Right hand side 80% of 50% of y is there, correct? 80 gets cancelled. Can I do that? Percentage also cancelled. Right hand side how much is left? Left hand side how much is left? 100% of work is how much? 1. That's what your question. Question is about y. Y is equal to 100% of y. If 50% of y is 65, 100% is 130. Right? Simple interest on 1200 at 13% per annum for x years is 624. What is the simple interest on 1800 at the same rate of interest for x plus 2 years? Right? So now what I will do is, my principal is 1800 now. Correct? On that, what is 1% value? So whatever percentage you calculate, that will be 18 multiple. That is a 9 multiple. Answer must be 9 multiple. Can it be first option? Yes. Can it be second option? Yes. Hold it. Couple of options are there. So I want to change the logic. Yes. For x years, the interest is 624. On 1200 rupees, what is interest per year? 13% in the sense 1% into 13. What is 1%? 12. 12 into 13, 156. So there will be 156 rupees interest per year, right? Our total interest mentioned as 624. Then per year it is 156. Then time period x is equal to How many years? 4 years. And now we need to calculate it for x plus 2 years. That means 6 years. And they said rate of interest same. Same in the sense 13% only. Now what is our new principal? What is 1%? And rate of interest is 13% into 13. This is for 1 year, right? We have to calculate it for 6 years in the sense into 6 only. Now 3 into 8 ends with 4 into 6 ends with. Answer must end with 4. First eliminated, fourth eliminated, correct? So how many are left? 3. Second, third, fifth. And you know that answer must be 9 multiple. Is second option 9 multiple? Is third option 9 multiple? Is fifth option 9 multiple? Second final. Yes. In the month of March, Shelton spends 45% of his monthly salary on paying bill and rent. Out of the remaining salary, he invested. What is remaining so far? 55%, because 45% is over. Remaining is 55. He invested 60% in PPF and the remaining he deposited in the bank. So remaining is 40% of 55 only. How much is that? 40%, 10%, double, correct. What is 10% of 55? 5.5, double, 11, double. So how much is deposited in the bank? 22%. He deposited 15,400 in a bank, and you know that which is equal to 22%. 1% value is equal to by 22. If in April he got an increment of 10%, what was his salary in the April? Now this value 15,400, this is for the month of March, right? And total income is 100%. 22, 700 times into 100, 70,000, and 10% increase is happened, right? So answer, in April salary becomes 77,000. Yes. Number x is 150 more than the second number. If the sum of x and y is 5 times of y, wait a minute. If the sum of x and y is 5 times of y, x is there, to that we are adding y, so that it is becoming 5y. Then how much should I write here? Come on. That means x is equal to 4y only. Now difference between x and y is 150, they said, right? How much is x in terms of y? X in terms of y, 4y, y, difference. 3y is equal to 150, y is equal to 150 by 3, which is equal to 50. What is the value of y? Y is 50, done. Right? What will amount to become, what will amount to a sum of 2,500 for 2 years when invested in a scheme offering compound interest at a rate of 20% per annum? Wait a minute. At the rate of 20% per annum, compound interest for 2 years, how much is that? 44 amount. 144% of some number we need to calculate, correct? When I see 144, which is a 9 multiple, and I know that answer must be 9 multiple, can it be first option, second, third, fourth, fifth? What? The sum of circumference of two circles is 176 if the radius of circle B is 3 times of radius of circle A. How much does the radius of circle A measures? Okay. Circumference 2 pi r. Like that, how many circles are there? That means it is 2 pi taken common r1 plus r2. r1 belongs to circle A. r2 belongs to circle B. B's radius is 3 times of A's radius. If I treat A's radius as r, B's radius becomes 3r. Total becomes 4r. 2 pi r1 plus r2, which is equal to 176. 4 times of 22, 88. 88 2 times. 176 can be cancelled. R is equal to 7. The question is about radius of circle A only. If it is about circle B, we will calculate 3r. That's going to be 21. Over. Population of village A increased by 5% from 2017 to 2018 and by 25% from 2018 to 2019. If the population of village was 480 in 2017, what was its population in 2019? In 2017 already it is mentioned as 480, correct? I know it's a multiple of 3. Next year it increased by 5%, right? Then it becomes 106%, 105 percentage, 105 by 100, again after one more year it increases by 25%, that means it becomes 125%, 125 by 100. 480 is 3 multiple, 105 is also 3 multiple, product must be, in the denominators do you have any 9 multiples? At least 3 multiple. Answer must be, can it be first, second, third, fourth, fifth? Over. The numerator of a fraction is decreased by 20% and denominator is increased by 20%. The resultant fraction represents what percent decrease over the original fraction. I am taking original fraction as 1. Is that fine? Can I take 1 as a fraction? How? 1 by 1. Yes? Okay. Now remember 1. Numerator of the fraction decreased by 20%. That becomes 80%. Denominator increased by 20%. That becomes 120%. Cancellation 40% with 2 times and then 3 times. What was our original fraction? Now it becomes how much decreased? 1 by 3. In terms of percentage, enta 33, 1 by 3, fourth option. Charu invested 3/11 of her monthly salary in stocks, 3/4 of the remaining in mutual fund, and the remaining salary she invested on shopping of household item and apparel in the ratio 2:3. What is her annual salary if she spent 2,400 on shopping of household items? Okay. Given data is about, come on, monthly salary. Question is about, that means after calculating monthly salary, you need to multiply it with 12. With this, try to answer the question. 12 is a multiple of 3. Can it be first option? Can it be second option? Can it be third option? Can it be fourth option? Can it be fifth option? Yes or no? Yes, 3 multiply kada. Avuna? 3 options unnai. Now, whenever you have fractions, from where do you start with? Amma? LCM of denominators. What is LCM? 11 and 4. So when you want to start with, you need to start with LCM of denominators, which is 44 parts, right? So monthly salary is 44 parts. Come on. Instead of that also, when you are able to calculate 3/11 of your monthly salary, if the monthly salary is X, when you are calculating 3/11, X must be 11 multiple, then only you can cancel 11, right? That means monthly salary must be 11 multiple. Yearly salary also should be 11 multiple. Already first and second eliminated. Third option, is it 11 multiple? Eliminate. Fourth option, is it 11 multiple? Is your fifth option 11 multiple? Fourth final. Yes. Now, if you want to start, denominators are 4, 11, right? Finally, you are left with something, and that fellow is divided in the ratio 2:3. That means how many parts we have? Remaining also must be 5 multiple, right? So 11 in the denominator, 4 in the denominator, and remaining must be 5 multiple. 11 comma 4 LCM 40, and then it should be remaining 5 multiple, right? So is 44 5 multiple? Let's multiply it with 5 so that you get 220. So total monthly salary is 220 parts. Is that okay? 3/11 we need to calculate. What is 1/11? 20. 3/11 60 parts over, remaining 160. 3/4 you are taking out. 3/4. What is 1/4? 40. 3/4 120 is taken out. How much is remaining? 40 parts. And this 40 parts is divided in the ratio 2:3, 5 parts, 5 8 times, right? 2 into 8, 16 parts, 3 into 8, 24 parts. 2400 is amount spent on shopping household items. It is shopping on household items to the apparel. Shopping on household items is 16 parts only. That means 2400 is equal to 16 parts. 1 part is equal to by 16. Correct. What was monthly salary? Me bonda me paade me rasala. What was 220 parts? Monthly salary, right? So what was monthly salary in terms of parts? That means monthly salary is equal to into 220. Yearly salary is equal to into 12. This is what you need to calculate. Instead of this, what I was telling you, when you are calculating 3/11 of the monthly salary must be 11 multiple. Yes. Yearly salary also should be 11 multiple. First option not 11 multiple, second not 11 multiple, third not 11 multiple, fifth not 11 multiple. Only one 11 multiple available. Close it. Got it. What will be the approximate length of the diagonal of the square plot whose perimeter is equal to perimeter of the rectangular plot of length 23 and then breadth 19. Perimeter of the square 4a is equal to 2 times of perimeter of rectangle L plus B, which is equal to 42. Cancellation with 4 is equal to 2 times cancellation with 2 also. 1 2 gets cancelled, the other 2, which is 21. So side of the square is 21. But the question is about diagonal. Diagonal in the sense a root 2, that is 21 into root 2 value 1.414. Correct? If you treat this number as 1.414, wait a minute. 21 times we need to calculate. What is 20 times of this number? 10 times. 10 times 14.14. 20 times 28.28 plus one more time, right? That means 1.414 approximately. That's what the question is about. Approximate length of the diagonal. Naina bought some goods worth of 10,000 while selling half of them incurred a loss of 25%. At what percent profit must she sell the rest of them so as to make a total profit of 30%? Okay. How much quantity is already sold out? Half. How much is remaining? When you add both, that should be equal to total 1. Correct? First half. By selling first half, what is made? Loss. How much loss? 25%. Then selling price is equal to 75% only into 75. What should happen on the second item? So that overall profit you are expecting 30%, right? If you are expecting 30% profit, at what price you need to sell them? 130. 2 in left hand side, denominators take in common, take that value to right hand side, that becomes 260. 75 goes to right hand side, becomes minus 75. That means x value is equal to 185. If you need to sell it at 185 percentage, how much profit you are expecting? How much profit you are getting? 85. This is one way. The other way, need to be careful in positive and then negative. If it is loss, negative. If it is profit, positive. Half is sold out at a loss of 25 percentage, minus 25. Remaining half we need to sell. Overall one item, profit 30. Left hand side, denominators 2 taken common, goes to right hand side, becomes 60. Left hand side minus 25 goes to the other side, becomes plus 25. X is equal to direct 85%, which is profit. Yes. Basically, if you have imagination, you need not to write anything for this question. How much quantity is sold out? Denominator. That means you have 2 items. You have 2 items. Half of them in the sense 1 item. This is already sold. You need to sell the remaining item. Overall, what you are expecting? That means there are 2 items. Overall, when you are expecting 30%, on this you need to get 30% profit. On the second item also you need to get 30%. Then overall it is 30%. Agreed? But first one is already sold at a loss of 25. Correct? So now on second item, you know that you need to get 30, right? And on first item, how much should be there? Plus 30. But what was there? So difference between minus 25 and then 30 is 55 only. So you need to get that 55 by selling second item also. On second item you need to get 30, and to compensate first item you need to get 55, both together 85. Followed? From a vessel containing 60 liters of pure milk, 6 liters of milk is drawn out. Wait a minute. 6 liters milk is drawn out from a container having 60 liters. Correct? How much quantity is taken out? 6 liters. How much? Can I say 10%? Can I say 10%? Yes. And replaced with 6 liters of water. If replacement happened, again total quantity becomes 60 liters only. Again 6 liters of mixture of milk and water is drawn and replaced with 6 liters of water. Again how much quantity is taken out? 6 liters out of 60. Can I also say 10%? If 10% of total quantity is going out, can I say 10% of existing milk going out, 10% of existing water is going out? Milk 60 liters, water 0 liters, correct? 6 liters milk is taken out, we have 54 liters. 6 liters water is added. Yes? Now what is total quantity? 60. From 60 liters, how many liters of quantity is taken out? 6 liters. Can I say 6 liters is going from 54 liters? Can I say 6 liters going from 6 liters? Both together it is 6 liters, right? So whatever the existing ratio that we have now at present, 6 liters quantity which is going out, that also should have same ratio. Agree? So overall we have total 60 liters. From that 6 liters quantity is going out. That means 10% is going out. 10% of total is going out, in the sense 10% of milk is going out. How much is that? 5.4. 10% of water is going out. Both together 6 liters only. Satisfied? If 10%, see, it's a quite simple one. Now we have full strength. Now I am saying 50% of you should leave the class. 50% of the class should leave. Can I send all girls out? Will you accept? గొడవకు వస్తారా? ఎస్. మగవాళ్ళకి ఫేవరెటిజం చూపిస్తున్నారని? ఎస్ ఆర్ నో? బాయ్స్ని పంపిస్తే మీరు ఊరుకుంటారా? బయటికి పంపించేయండి అది మొత్తాన్ని. పంపిస్తే ఊరుకుంటారా? మాట్లాడరు. సో కెన్ ఐ సెండ్ 50% ఆఫ్ గర్ల్స్ అండ్ 50% ఆఫ్ బాయ్స్? కమ్ ఆన్, దట్ మేక్స్ 50% ఆఫ్ ది టోటల్ క్లాస్. అదే పాయింట్ చెప్తున్నాను నేను కూడా. 10% of the total quantity is taken out. That means 10% of milk is taken out, 10% of water is taken out. Is that okay? Now final question is about milk or water? Final question is that about milk or water? Water. Okay. Subtract 10%, which is 0.6. Left over 5.4. Again we are adding 6 liters quantity. Then total water in the component is 11.4. Final answer. Over. The present population of state P is 3 times the present population of state Q. So if I take Q population as 100%, P population becomes, if after 2 years the population of state Q will be 18,513, increasing at the rate of 10% per year, what is the present population of the state? See, every year 10% increase, right? Like that for how many years? So can we go with compound interest concept? Increase on increase only. Compound interest for 2 years at 10% per annum. Amount, that means population becomes 121% after 2 years for state Q. Agreed? How much is that in given in question? 18,513, which is equal to 121%. 1% is 121. Matladali. Question is about state population P, which was what percentage? Matladandi. 300%. There are 2 zeros in the numerator. Come on, I'll write 2 zeros. 3 into 3 ends with, okay, numerator is ending with 900, denominator is ending with 1 into which number ends with 9? That means answer also should end with 900, right? How many options are there? How many? Only first option, 45,900 final. Yes. If multiple options are there, look at this fellow. What is that? Is this 3 multiple? Is that 3 multiple? In fact, that itself is a 9 multiple. 18,513. 8 plus 1 enta? Forget about it. 5 plus 1 plus 3 enta? 9 multiple, right? So when your numerator is 9 multiple, observe your denominator. Is that a 3 multiple? No. That means answer must be 9 multiple. Yes. So not only last digit, you can even go with multiplication rule also. Yes. Over. Didi. Next. Last bench. మీ బ్యాచ్ అయిపోయిందా? హ్యావ్ యూ కంప్లీటెడ్ యువర్ 3 months కోర్స్? నో. ఈ సైడ్ ఎవరో కనపడ్డారబ్బా. అక్క, బ్లూ ఎల్లో డ్రెస్ బ్యాక్ సైడ్. నో, నాట్ యూ. మీరు ఎల్లో డ్రెస్ కాదు కదా, నీ దుంప దగ్గర ఇట్లా మాస్క్ అని పెట్టుకున్నాము. ఎల్లో డ్రెస్ నీ బ్యాక్ సైడ్. నువ్వు కాదు, నువ్వు కంగారు పడుతున్నావు. నీ బ్యాక్ సైడ్ అమ్మా. హ్యావ్ యూ కంప్లీటెడ్ యువర్ 3 months కోర్స్? నో. You both? No. Where are you from? Karnataka. Karnataka. Come on. Akka nu kuda actual ga. Same bench last person. Have you completed your course? No. Mac laga navultunnavu kada nuve. Last bench fourth person. Have you completed your course? 5 cylindrical pillars of a temple were to be painted at the cost of 2.5 rupees per square feet at a total cost of 9,900. If the height of each pillar is 12 feet, how much does the diameter of the pillar cost? The question is about diameter, correct? That means 2R only. R is always a multiple of, so answer must be 7 multiple. How many options are there? How many are there? Come on. That has to be your answer. Sorry. 5 pillars are there. They were to be painted, right? Painting is done for the perimeter only. That is curved surface area only. Curved surface area of the cylinder. 2 pi r h. This is for one cylinder. Like that, how many cylinders are there? 5 cylinders. That means 5 into this much. This much is the area to be painted, correct? Okay. And what is its cost calculated? 2.5. This value multiplied by 2.5, can I write it as 5 by 2? And the total cost mentioned as 9,900. And you are also given height, which is equal to, come on, 12. 12 na? Right. So now 5 into 2, 1 0 gets cancelled. Next 11 2 times 11 90 times 2 and 2 can be cancelled here. 12 into 5, 60 goes to other side, becomes by 60 only. Denominator 7 goes to right hand side, becomes into 7 only, which is radius. But the question is about diameter, which is into 2 times. Into 2. 0 0 can be cancelled. How much is this? 1.5. 1.5 into 2. 3 into 7. Yes. Otherwise straightforward. Radius must be 7 multiple. Diameter also 7 multiple. There is only one. Fourth final. Done. Cham spends 20% of her monthly income in paying bills and 25% on shopping of household goods. Out of the remaining, so far what percentage is over? 45. Remaining, out of 55% remaining, she invested 40% in mutual fund and share in the respective ratio. If she is left with 13,200, if 40% is over, remaining is 60% only. 60% calculated on remaining 55. How much is that? 33%, correct? 33% is remaining, which is equal to 13,200. 1% value is by 33. The question is about how much she invested in shares. Mutual fund and share. 40% of the remaining, which was 22, right? That 22 must be invested in the ratio 5:6. That means 10, 12 only. Matladali. How much was invested in mutual fund? 10%. And in shares 12%. The question is about 12%, right? Into 12. Yes. Numerator ends with 2 zeros. 2 into 2, 4. Denominator ends with, in the numerator we have 2 zeros, right? In denominator, do you have 5 multiple? At least 2 multiple. So can you eliminate zeros? Yes or no? That means your answer should have zeros, right? How many options are there? 2 options are there, correct? Now let's verify last digit verification. 3 into which number ends with 4? So that means answer must end with 800, right? Fifth final answer. Fifth cannot be your answer. Second final answer. Are you done? A certain sum was invested for 2 years in a scheme A and B in the respective ratio 3:4. Scheme A offers compound interest at the rate of 10% per annum and scheme B offers compound interest at the rate of 20% per annum. The amount received at the end of 2 years from scheme A and B both together is 11,268. What was the sum invested in scheme A? Amount invested in scheme A. Correct? Matladali. It is 3 parts. It is 4 parts. Okay. Amount invested in scheme A. Adadigaru. Okay. How much is amount invested in scheme A? 3 should be a multiple of 3. Can it be first? Can it be second? Third? Fourth? Fifth? Okay. Let's see one by one and then try to eliminate. If this is 3 parts, right? What is 1 part? 1600. Forget about 2 zeros, I don't worry. Right? 16. 1 part is 16. Total how many parts we have? 7 into 16 in the sense which is equal to 112, right? That means principals in both schemes together, it is 11,200, and to that we need to add interest also. After that, if it becomes 11,268, do you accept? Is it practical? Because principal is 11,200 and to that only we are adding 68 rupees. Is it possible? So our principal in scheme A, should that be less than 4,800 or more than 4,800? Less than, right? This can be eliminated straightforward. Agreed? So it may be either third option or fifth option, right? Okay. Let me take, we have 300% or 3 parts. Now we have 4 parts or 400%, whatever it is, don't worry. Now, both offers compound interest only. First one is calculated at 10% per annum. Matladali. And for how many years? 2 years. Compound interest for 2 years at 10% per annum. 21%. Amount? 121%. Correct? Okay. Next. Second one offers 20% per annum. Compound interest for 2 years at 20% per annum. 44. Amount? 144%. And total amount is sum of these 2 numbers only. And now you know that answer is either third option or fifth option. Correct? Okay. When I see 144, is it a 9 multiple? Is it a 9 multiple? Yes. So now our total interest obtained in both schemes together mentioned as 11,268. Correct? 8 plus 1, 6 plus 2 plus 1. That means total amount is 9 multiple, right? Is this number 9 multiple? Why? Because of 144. Correct? Right hand side number is 9 multiple. Left hand side one of the number is 9 multiple. Then first number also should be 9 multiple, right? Then 3 parts value, whatever you want to write here, that has to be 9 multiple, because 121 is not a multiple of 3, not a multiple of 9. So principal in first case should be 9 multiple only. Logic ardhamainda? Can it be fifth option? Third, final. %, 400%. 121% of this number, 144% of this number. Have you understood this? 121% in the sense 121 into 1% value. 1% multiplied by 121. 5 chocolates price is equal to 5 into price of 5 chocolate. 5 into price of 1 chocolate. 121% is equal to 121 into 1%. What is 1% of this? 3. 121 3 times. 363. 144 percentage. 1% into 144. 1% of 400. 4. 144 4 times. Double. 144 double. 288 double. 576 plus 576%. Both together it is 939 percentage. Yes, and this value is equal to 11,268. 1% value is equal to by 939, and we need principal in scheme A, which was 300 percentage. 2 zeros are there. 3 into 8 ends with 4 divided by, so 2 zeros cannot be cancelled, that will be there as it is. 9 into which number ends with 4? That means answer must end with 600. How many options are there? Come on. 2 options are there. Yes. Is it 9 multiple? Is it 3 multiple? 300 is also 3 multiple. That can be cancelled here. Only 3 multiple is cancelled, right? Still in the numerator extra number we have 11,268. Is it 9 multiple? That is extra only. That means answer not only ends with 600, it should be a multiple of 9. So it cannot be second option, third final. Yes. So ఇంత పంచాంగం లేకుండా మనం ఏం చేస్తున్నాము, 121% of 3 parts, 144% of 4 parts is equal to 11,268. Right hand side number is 9 multiple. Because of 144, this number is also 9 multiple. To that, whatever you want to add, that also has to be 9 multiple. 121 is not a 9 multiple. So that means principal in scheme A, 3 parts value, that has to be 9 multiple. So we are going with that, and 3600 is the only option which is available. Yes. The difference between speed of the boat downstream and speed of upstream is 3 km/h. What do you mean by difference between upstream and then downstream? Amma? 2. Sum of downstream and upstream? 2m. When they say difference, that is 2s, which is equal to 3 km/h. Then s is equal to 1.5. The total time taken by the boat to travel 25 kilometers upstream. 25 kilometers convert with the speed upstream m minus s, m minus 1.5, and 31 kilometers downstream in 4 hours. 31 kilometers downstream m plus s 1.5 is equal to how many hours? 4 hours. What is the speed of the boat in still water? Speed of the boat in still water. Okay. Now, instead of solving the equation and getting the answer, if you go to substitution method, it becomes easy. Come on. You need to subtract 1.5, right? Matladali. So, what I'll do is, your numerators are odd numbers. Your numerators are odd numbers. So, in the denominator, if you have some number which is ending with 0.5, odd numbers can be cancelled. So, if you want to have this denominator and number ending with 0.5, m must be a perfect integer. Then only after subtracting 1.5, you will get a number ending with decimal. So, I don't verify these two options. I'll pick 12. 12 minus 1.5, how much is that? 10.5. Numerator 25 by 10.5. Can it be cancelled easily? So I don't even continue verifying the option. Forget about 12. I'll pick 14. 14 minus 1.5. 12.5. Can 25 be cancelled with 12 and a half easily? I'll verify the remaining thing also. Plus 31 by 14 plus 1 and a half. 15.5. Can 31 be cancelled with 15.5? Yes. How many times is this? How many times? Both together. Is that satisfying the equation? Fourth final answer. See, otherwise you need to start with first option onwards. In the denominator, we need a decimal. That means m cannot be a decimal number. If it is integer, from that when you subtract 1 and a half, then only you will get 0.5. So you need not to verify numbers which are ending with 0.5s in options. Adi teliyali. That command comes only after lot of practice and when you have command over subject. Otherwise what will happen? Nothing will happen. You will end up with verifying from first option onwards. So finally you are wasting your own time. Did we verify 15.5? Did we verify 12.5? Did we verify 12 completely? Only half, right? After writing first number, we know that that cannot be the answer. Yes. A project can be completed by 10 women in 24 days. 8 women started working on the project, but after completion of half of the work, they left. And 8 men completed the remaining work. If the project was completed in the estimated time, in how many days 4 men will be able to complete the entire work? Okay. So now, wait a minute, the question is about 4 men, right? Apart from this, in your information, how many men started work and they completed the remaining work, right? So with this information, if you can calculate total time taken by 8 men to complete the total work, with that information, can you calculate time taken by 4 men to complete the work? Come on. Go to a box in the room low. 2 people are there. If both can complete this box in 5 days, 2 people can complete the work. Work in the sense to finish the box. Yes. If 2 people can do it in 5 days, 1 member can do it in 1 man can do it in 10 days, right? So that is what I was telling you. If the question is about 4 men, time taken by 4 men to complete the work. If you know the information about 8 men to complete the total work, with that information we can answer the question, right? But the data is about how many women? 8 women and 10 women, right? Okay. So after some time, half of the work is done by women and remaining how much work is left? Remaining half of the work is completed by 8 men only. In how much time? The project was completed in the estimated time. What was estimated time? 24 days. 24 days. So that means, can you conclude 8 men completed remaining half of the work in 24 days? No. This 24 days of work is to complete the total work. Correct. In our information, was it given like only 8 men completed the total work? 8 men completed half of the work only, right? That means remaining half is done by women. Remaining half is done by. So you need to know how much time they take to complete the work. That's where you need to start to answer this question. Okay? Right. You know the total time taken is 24 days. How many days are taken by men? You don't know. And here I want to write time taken by 8 women to complete the work. 8 women to complete the work. Yes. To that, if you take time taken by men, then it is total equal to 24 days only. Right. What is total work? 10 women can complete the total work in 24 days. This is total work. And now the question, how much work is completed by women? Half of the work. Total work divided by 2, half of the work. Yes. How many women started working? 8 women need how many days to complete the work? Yes. Women cancel 2 5 times, 8 3 times. That means women are taking 15 days to complete half of the work. Agreed? But total work is done in how many days? 24 days. That means after 15 days, how many more days time we have? Those 9 days who worked? Amma? 8 men worked for how many days? And completed how much work? Matladali. If half work is completed in 9 days, total work can be completed in? Matladali. How many men? Alright, now you got the information. 8 men can complete the total work in 18 days. The question is about how many men? If efficiency becomes half, if number of men reduced, time will increase. If men becomes half, time becomes how much? Is it done? A mocktail is prepared by adding 28 liters of mango juice, 24 liters of orange juice, 20 liters of raspberry juice in a vessel. 27 liters of this mocktail is taken out from the vessel and 2.5 liters of each pure mango juice, pure raspberry juice is added to the vessel. Then what is the resultant respective ratio between mango, orange, raspberry juice in the vessel after the replacement? Okay. Initially, how many different quantities we have? Right. Now tell me their quantities in terms of liters. 28, 24, 20. Total how many liters we have? 72 liters. Total how many liters? From that how many liters is taken out? That means 72 minus 27. This is what remaining. Then what happened? 2.5 liters of each pure mango and pure raspberry. That means 2.5 liters plus 2.5 liters. Total 5 liters added, right? This is the total final quantity that we are going to have. Yes, both positive numbers together. 70 minus 27. So that means finally we have 50 liters only. In 50 liters, how many different quantities are there? And we were asked to calculate ratio between these three values. Come on. Sum of total number of parts in these three values must be factor of 50. Sum of number of parts of those three items together must be factor of 50. Yes or no? Come to the options. Total how many parts are there? Come on. Is 12 factor of 50? Eliminate. Next. Same away numbers at itu marchar. Out any chance unda? Next. Is 9 factor of 50? Next. Fourth option. Come on. Is 8 factor of 50? Verify cheyakkర్లేదు కదా. Out of first 5, if first 4 are not right answers, fifth has to be your answer. Even if you verify how many parts are there? 10. Is 10 factor of 50? Yes, that's it. 50 final answer. Fifth option final answer. See if you want to calculate. Now let's see. We have mango, orange and then raspberry. All three together, how much quantity we have? 72. How many liters is taken out? 27 liters out of 72 liters, right? 9. 3 times 9, 8 times. Earlier in the same class I said when 10% of the total quantity is taken out, 10% of milk goes out, 10% of water goes out, correct? Now if here in this case also, if 10% of the total juice is taken out, 10% of mango goes out, 10% of orange goes out, 10% of raspberry goes out, agreed? Now the same I'll talk in terms of number of parts, fractional parts. Out of total quantity, if half of the quantity is taken out, half of mango goes out, half of orange goes out, half of raspberry goes out, agreed? Now out of 72 liters, how much quantity is taken out? 27, which is what fractional part? 3/8. That means 3/8 of existing quantities also goes out, right? Okay. Now how many liters of mango we have? 28. 3/8 is going out. That means leftover is 5/8 quantity. Here also 5/8 of orange, 20. Here also 5/8 of raspberry, which is 20. Yes. 8 how many times? 3 into 5. This is clear. How much is this? 5 times of 28. 140 divided by 8. 140 divided by 8. 8 ones. 60. 7 times. 0.5. How much is this? 100 by 8. Matladali. Now to this 2.5 liters of mango, 2.5 liters of raspberry added. Now this is 20, this is 15 and this is 15. Ratio cancellation with 5. 4 times, 3 times, 3 times. This is how you are supposed to calculate. But instead of this, if you can recollect a word, which word is that? Word, which word? Huh? Huh? Factor. If you can recollect this word, that's it. Over. The average of 12 observations was 20.5. It was noticed later that 2 of these observations were wrongly taken. One observation was 12 less than the original value. The other observation was wrongly taken as 15 instead of 51. What will be the correct average? See, if you were asked to calculate correct average in the sense to the existing average 20.5, we need to make changes. Changes in the sense, if required, we need to add something. Otherwise, you need to subtract something. Correct? Right. In how many subjects mistake had happened? 2. In first subject, what exactly happened? Taken 12 less than the original marks. That means to make it correct, do we have to add or subtract? How many marks? 12. Just remember, we need to add 12 marks. Correct? What happened in second case? Wrongly taken as 15 instead of. So original marks are 51 but taken as 15. That means how many less marks were taken? 36. So to make it correct, do we need to add or subtract? So in first subject we need to add 12 marks. In second subject 36. Both together add or subtract? Add. Plus 48. What is 20.5? Now the final question is to identify correct average of the 12 numbers only. So we are trying to calculate average for how many numbers? 12 numbers, and which is initially mentioned as 20.5. So 20.5 is average of how many numbers? 12 numbers. To the average we can add average. From the average we can subtract average. But is 48 average? No, it's just a number. Correct. So do we need to convert into average or not? Average of how many numbers? 12 numbers by 12. 4. 20.5 plus 4, 24.5. Fifth option final. Over. 1 year ago, X age was 4 times of Y's age at that time. 1 year back, X comma Y. X age, how many times? So, if Y's age was 1 part, X age becomes 4 parts. 7 years from now, plus 7. X will be 2 years more than 2 times the Y's age at that time. Okay. What is X percentage? The question is about percentage of X. That becomes 4 parts plus 1 year only. Come on. That means answer must be 4 multiple plus 1 format. The otherwise I can even say from the option, if you subtract 1, it has to become a 4 multiple. Yes. Otherwise, you know that answer must be 4 parts plus 1 only. 4 parts, even or odd. Plus 1, even or odd. So answer must be odd number. Go to options. Eliminate it. Matladali. Subtract 1. Is 24 multiple? That is possibility. Third option, minus 1. Is it 4 multiple? Possible. Subtract 1. 26. Is it 4 multiple? So answer is either second option or third option. How many options are left? So when you are left with 2 options, I told you the trick. You pick one, either you prove that is right or you prove that is wrong. Start with 21. You prove if it is right, that itself is the right answer. If not that, 17 final answer. Yes. Yes. Okay. Now let's see. If the percentage is 21, 1 year back, it was 20 only. Then 1 part value, percentage of Y. After 7 years, Y's age becomes, X age becomes 28. Y's age becomes, come on, 12 or 13? 13. What was the condition? After 7 years, X will be 2 years more than 2 times of Y's age. After 7 years, Y will be 13. 2 times of Y's age, 26. 2 years more than that, 28. Is that equal to X age? 21 final answer. Otherwise, by default 17 you can answer. Okay na? Otherwise, if you don't want to follow that, 1 year back, X age 4 parts, Y age 1 part. Right? Right? After 7 years, in the sense 1 year back to present, how many years gap? 1 year back to present. 1 year. Present to after 7 years. 1 year back to after 7 years. That means after 7 years age, in the sense 8 years we have to add. Correct? Tell me X age. 4 parts plus 8. Y age 1 part plus 8. Condition says X age is equal to 2 years more than 2 times of Y's age. Yes. 2 parts comes to left hand side. 2 parts. Right hand side 2 into 8 plus 2 plus 8 goes to the other side. Becomes P is equal to 4 parts is equal to, that was X age 1 year back, right? Then to get percentage of 1 from 1 year back, you need to add 1 year, which is, that's it. Over. The sum of cost price of article A and B together was 12,000. Article A was sold at a profit of 15%, whereas B sold at a loss of 12%. The overall loss incurred while selling both the articles was 90. What is the cost price of article A? Now assume cost price of article A as A. Both together it is 12,000. Then B cost price becomes 12,000 minus A. A was sold at profit of 15%. That means 15% of A. On B, what is made? Loss. What percent? As it is loss, can I write it as minus? 12% loss. Overall, what happened? Loss. How much? This is equals to 90. Yes. Minus 12 into minus A. That is plus only. Come on. 12% of A, already 15% we have. That is 27% of A is equal to 12% of this number. 12%, 1440. 1440. Positive or negative? Goes to the other side, becomes positive. 1440 plus 90. 1530. From this 1% value is equal to 1530 divided by 27. A or 100% of A, which is into 100. That is equal to how much? That's what we need to calculate. Yes. 27 है ना? Got it? Oh, wait. Overall there is a loss, right? Loss in the sense plus or minus? Minus. That means 1440 goes to the other side, becomes positive number. 1440 minus 90. 1350. 1350. Answer 5000. Overall there is a loss, they said. That means minus 90. Done? The same question we can even use allegation also. Allegation mix here. Total price 12,000. Profit 15%. What is 15% of the number? 1800. Profit or loss? Profit. Positive. Second item, what is made? Loss. 12% of 1200. 1440. Profit or loss? Negative. Overall, what is made? Loss. How much loss? Right. Allegation. 1440 minus of minus 90. 1350. Yes. Otherwise, minus 90 minus of minus 1440. ఇది A, ఇది B అయితే A minus B చేస్తున్నానమ్మా. 1440. Yes or no? Now next time from 1800 we have to subtract this number, right? Minus of minus 90 plus 90. 1800 plus 90. 1890. 0 0 can be cancelled. 9 15 times. 9 21 times. Total how many parts are there? 36 parts. 1200 is divided into 36 parts. Question is about article A, which is 15 parts. 5000. 12 ones, 12 3 times, 3 5 times, and then numerator 3 zeros. Over. In a business, A invested 8,000, B 6,000, C 12,000. The time period for which A invested the money was twice the time period for which C invested the money. The time period for which C invested the money was 0.75 times the time period for which B invested the money. At the end of the year, if the difference between profit received by B and that received by A was 1,300, what was total profit received? Investments ABC 8,000, 6,000, 12,000 multiplied by time period, right? A's time period was twice that of C's time period. So A depends on C. C's time period is 0.75. Whenever you see this number, you can treat it as 3 by 4 denominator and depends on B. Let me take B's time period as 4, denominator 4. A's time period is 3/4 of that number, which is equal to 3. A's time period is 2 times of this number, which is 6 ones, 6 ones, 6 2 times. 2, 2, 4. That means 4 is 2, 2 is 2, 3. Total how many parts? Total how many parts? Right. Now 1,300 is difference made by B and A, right? Matladali. How many parts is that? So 1,300 is equal to 2 parts, 1 part value by 2. Total profit 9 parts. This is 650 times 0. 65 9 times in the sense 10 times minus of 10 times minus 1 time 5850. Over data related to number of visitors who visited 5 libraries during March to April. Should I discuss this? Sure. So before going to first question, what do you need to do? Table. Because numbers are not mentioned here, first you need to prepare the table. March, April, M, N, O, P, Q. First prepare the table, then it will be easy. 56 onwards. Should I discuss or not? Yes. Data related to number of published books distributed by publishing companies X during 5 months. 5 months data. March, April, May, June, July. Okay. Percentage of books distributed among distributors out of total number of books published. 50%. Number of books received by distributor A, B, C. Okay. Now all 3 members together in March month, how many they received? 850, 950, 1800, 1800, 600, 2400 books that they received, right? A comma B comma C, which is equal to 50% of books published only. Published ante ardhamainda? Published meaning those who are printed. Out of all the books printed, all cannot be distributed to booksellers, right? Yes or no? Right. So 50% of the books were equal to 2400. Total number of books published is 100%, that is going to be 4800. There is a note which says publishing company X distributes its books, published books only among 3 distributors. So 50% of the books were distributed to only A comma B comma C. Got it? Right. Using that information we can calculate how much is the total number of books. Okay. Matladali. March, April, May, June, July. ABC values are already there, so I need not to write it in the table. Yes. total, as we already calculated, I want to write that number 4800. Okay, let's fill the gap when it is really required. Don't do it now. Let's start questions. Few values are missing in the table, that's okay. Okay, if the total number of books published by company X in June was 3600, what was the number of books received by the distributor B in the same month? So now published books are 3600. Yes, in which month? In the month of June. How many were distributed to ABC? 75% should be calculated on 3600 only. 75% in the sense 3/4 only. What is 1/4 of that number? 900. 3/4. So that means 2700 books were distributed. Agreed? To how many sellers? 3 sellers. One guy received 450. The other guy received 1300. Both together 1750. If this is subtracted from the total distributed books, you get 950, and that's for bookseller B only. That's what the question. Yes. What is the difference between total number of books published by the company X in March and then July? Even in July also we need to calculate. Okay, July 350, 850. Amma 900 plus 600. 1500 value is equal to 60%. 1% is equal to by 60. 100% we need. 0, 0 can be cancelled. 150 by 6 in the sense 25, which is 2500. What is 2500? Total books distributed or total books published? Now the question is about, in the month of July 2500 were published. Question is about difference between published books in the month of March and July. Difference between these two numbers only 2300. What is the total number of books published by company X in the month of May? In the month of May, 1500, 500, 2000 plus 750, 730, 2730, and these are books distributed, which is equal to 1% value is equal to by 65. We need total books published, which is 100%, right? 13 how many times? 13 2 times 1 0 5 40 2 times into 100 4000. In the month of May 4200 were published. $2730 by 65 into 100. Number of books received by distributor C in June is what percent more than the number of books received by distributor A in April? C in June must be compared with respect to A in April now. A in April. A in April with respect to 900, 1300 is how much more? 400 more upon 900, percentage into 100 only. 2 zeros can be cancelled. 4 by 9 in the sense, can I write it as 4 into 1 by 9? What do you mean by 1 by 9 percentage? 11 1 by 9 percentage. Overall 44 4 by 9 percentage. If the total number of books published by company X in April was 4000, what percentage of books was not distributed by the company among its distributor in the same month. In April, total books are 4,000. Already, how many were distributed? 1200 plus 800. 2000 plus 900. 2900 and 60. 2960 books were published, were distributed out of total 4,000. Then how many are not distributed? 1040. Now we need to understand this same in terms of percentage, right? Come on. Directly we can calculate 1040 by 4,000 into 100. This is what we are supposed to calculate, correct? But wait a minute. This is total. What is 50% of this? 25%? 25%. We have 1000, right? How much more than 1000? 40 is what percent of 4000? 1%. Already 25% plus 1. 26% directly we can answer. Yes. Otherwise 3 zeros, 104 by 426%. Right? So I'll stop here. Is there any free question in quadratic equation? No, this is not a free question. No. Every question you have to answer. You need to solve. Okay, I'll stop here.